Number 1. If we are going to engage with the question of human progress, we need to consider the widest set of scenarios. If we focus on one region of the world, for example, it might appear that humanity is getting better over time. But this may not be supported if we examine other regions. In other words, we have to make sure that we consider the whole of humanity when we think about progress. Number 2. We have to be clear about identifying the specific domains in which we think progress, and perhaps decline, have occurred. For example, it might be possible to argue that humans have become more technologically advanced, but more spiritually or morally backward. In other words, we might have to consider differentiating our judgment by claiming something like the following. In the area of scientific innovation, humans have certainly improved, but this has come at the cost of a cooperative lifestyle that humans living thousands of years ago seem to have enjoyed. The third idea builds on the second, and here we suggest that the idea of progress is something that is complex. For example, it would be fairly simplistic to suggest that humans have progressed in a straight line without any interruptions since the first Homo sapiens evolved about 200,000 years ago. It may be more sophisticated to suggest that humans have progressed in an overall sense, but that in certain periods or in certain areas, stagnation or even regression has occurred. Finally, we have to be careful about making simplistic comparisons in this process. For example, it would not be fair to suggest that hunter-gatherer societies were more backward than modern industrial societies simply because they did not have computers. It was impossible for them to have computers, so it would be unfair to judge them on that basis. It might be more reasonable to compare the health of foraging and industrial societies, since that is something common to them both.